And give it a sec. And now, okay, what's up?
Not much, buddy. How
Check it out. Here we are. World's hottest Goss.
doing it?
World's hottest Goss.
I'm nervous. It's the first time I've been. I have big shoes to fill.
You do have big shoes. Well, I mean, you know James, big feet.
I was gonna say literally. I am pretty sure his feet are bigger than mine by a size or two.
What do you think he wears? Like a size 15, 17?
Nah,
32?
that big?
97?
He has his own
46?
numeric code to it. We wouldn't even understand.
1,933? Do you think they make shoes that big?
How big would a size 1,000 shoe be? That would be like half a mile large.
I think the sizes are like centimeters?
Is it?
Is that correct?
I don't know. I never thought about it, but it's probably
It's got to be based on something.
It's got to be a unit of measurement. Otherwise, how do they know?
How do they know?
How to keep the increasement consistent.
It's impossible to say.
It's probably centimeters, but I don't know.
I don't know, but half a centimeter is not anything.
No, it is when it's in your foot, though. Think about it. You want to have, like, what is it? You know, a minuscule amount of space.
A little
between
shake room.
Your toes and the front of the
room for
shoe.
the Holy Ghost.
Right. You don't want it to be too tight, but obviously, any more than that, you're walking around in clown shoes.
Yeah. Well.
So a half centimeter can make it. People that really have to say like their size 10 and a half are just kidding themselves.
Yeah, you're a size 11.
Right. Well,
just
10,
round it up.
Or you're a 10, because that's the thing too, is that shoe companies, I think sizes tend to differ.
Yeah.
Like we've all heard people say that, and it checks out, I guess.
My running shoes are 11s, but all my other shoes I think are 10 and a halves.
Right. And you want that extra space for your running shoes because they run
also,
a little tighter.
My running shoes are Nikes, and I think Nikes run small.
Is it that? Is it
I
Nike
think so.
specifically? Well, maybe it's just them lying to you. So you get to buy
They're like, you got big feet.
Yeah, look at those big old things.
Maybe
you need at least an 11.
Maybe it's sports shoes in general.
It could be that. Yeah, but Adidas, I don't think gets that.
Well,
look. That rep.
Oh, shit. That's okay. Now that we have someone here to tell us, Sam Whiteley, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, yes. Sam Whiteley. James is once again a farm boy.
Yeah, we were talking about it during the intro. He's off farming.
He's off farming,
which I don't envy him for.
I mean, I think he must like it. Otherwise, he would stop. I think.
Well, when it's profitable,
I bet
it's good work to have, especially in this time.
Yeah, I bet he makes money hand over fist.
Yeah, I asked him about trimming opportunities because he's going to be having a lot of weed, and he said perhaps in the future. That's not interesting to anybody else. He didn't even say yes. He said he was good right now.
Well,
so don't ask him about that.
Yeah, don't ask James for trimming opportunities.
He's not right now. Maybe later.
Very specific.
But it seemed like it was more of a "don't call me, I'll call you" type situation. So,
I mean, that's the only good way to be as a boss, I think.
Yeah, probably.
if you're asking people to call you, you're not the
struggling.
boss.
But
you're not in charge.
And who doesn't want James as their boss? I feel like he'd be the best boss.
Last week, Zoe was filling in, and
For James.
she was doing an impression of his laugh, and it was very funny because he has like the deepest, like most like beautiful speaking voice, but then his laugh is like a dolphin.
So childlike, and yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you got to make everybody do a James laugh impression. It's a little reminiscent of Jay-Z's.
It is.
Actually, it doesn't match his voice in the same way, and it's very childlike in the best way possible. I'll bet Zoe's was better, but I enjoy doing it as well.
It's good. It's good stuff.
Well, shout outs
Yours
to
is
Zoe.
Great.
Thank you. Mine's all right too. I wish I could have heard Zoe's though, because I bet she thought about it beforehand when you said, "Hey, I need you to fill in for James here," and I'm just coming up with mine right now.
Let's see. Oh, here's a specific thing that I wanted to talk about. We're a pod. I figured out how RSS feeds work.
Oh, cool.
So I'm releasing these as a podcast on Spotify now.
Very cool.
But so I wanted to make it very podcast. I wanted to make sure that this was a good podcast episode, just to draw people in, really pull them in. So I Googled most popular podcast things.
Oh, cool.
And so we're just going to do the best podcast of all time. That's what the show is.
We're just going to hit all the things that you people want the most and put them in one. I like that.
What do you mean, you people?
the people out there.
The people.
The people.
This podcast is not for you people. This podcast is for the people.
For all people.
Here we go. Thank you, Kyle. Podcasts are the future of content.
I was reading something about that rather recently, that podcasts are the way to go.
You by recently, do you mean 12 years ago?
Yes, it was on page 2 of ESPN.com.
Okay, here we go. Podcast thing number 1. There was like a top 10 most popular podcast topics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so number 1 or number 10, like the lowest one,
you're right,
was food. Let's talk about food for a while.
What was the last thing you ate?
The last thing that I ate some macaroni and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I tossed some grass-fed ground beef and some veg on there.
Okay, just mix it all together.
Oh yeah, boy howdy,
Good
that
stuff.
was a tasty meal.
The last time I made mac and cheese, I used spaghetti noodles instead of your mistake. I wouldn't go as far as to call it a mistake, but it wasn't as good.
See, the reason that I think the reason that shells and elbows work so well for mac and cheese is because it can get in there.
Yeah, it absorbs it up.
Yeah.
You were left with
it's a containment system.
So the thing that was cool about it a little bit was that I did a good job with the milk and butter ratio. So the cheese sauce was really good, and it pooled up at the bottom quite a bit, and so you could take some bread or something.
Okay, but the reason I like mac and cheese is because the mac is in the cheese.
I'm gonna make you mac and cheese with spaghetti noodles sometime.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason that I said mistake is because I hate noodles.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't understand.
Well, that's a bias. That's a bias I wasn't aware of.
Like, there's so much. I like a bite.
I think it's a blast. So you get to scoop them up, and it depends. Sometimes
it's just a whole thing. As soon as you make it a noodle, it's a whole thing. I think. That's my opinion.
Well, and once they go cold and stuff like that, they can be, when they're supposed to be hot.
Yeah,
they can be a little less appetizing.
I like a bow tie.
Bow ties are fun.
I like a farfalle. That might be bow ties.
Yeah,
I like
fusilli.
A rigatoni. What's the one that's like a tube?
I think that's a penne.
A penne.
Penne, fusilli.
Does penne mean penis? Is it penis pasta?
I hope, but that's an unfortunate looking penis.
Here we go.
Just a small
Some
tube.
random ginger is on board with the farsa.
Yeah.
And I will point out, because it's important to point out, Some Random Ginger is our ultra executive producer.
Some random ginger is.
Yeah, she's in charge of all the production.
Well, shout outs to you. Who is this person? Can we divulge their identity?
I'm not gonna divulge their identity. She's a patron on my Patreon.
Oh, okay.
And so
Do I know them?
She gets to be
outside of
credited
this?
on everything. No.
Oh, okay. Right on. Well, you're out here. Yeah, you're getting just a random ginger in Texas.
Just a random ginger in Texas.
Salute to you.
Who appreciates the work that me and James and Lacey have been putting in all summer long.
Clearly.
A long, hot summer. That's what it's been.
Mm-hmm. But so we're all on board. I guess with pasta, yeah, I want a noodle or a macaroni or a shell or an elbow over a long spaghetti or angel hair type noodle.
That's always the move
or
for
a
me.
fettuccine noodle even. But for some dishes, I prefer yakisoba noodles. I'll get down on some udon.
Oh yeah. See, I do like ramen.
Ramen for sure too. I like some ramen. It varies so much. I grew up on bad ramen.
By bad ramen, do you mean like a cup of noodles situation, or like?
I mean the packaged ones.
That's not necessarily bad. It's not like nice ramen, but it's enjoyable.
Until I got older,
it's tasty.
Started getting creative with it and trying to make it better with other stuff.
Toss some eggs in there.
Toss some eggs in there, some peanut butter.
A little oregano.
Oregano?
Oregano.
I don't know that I would. I don't use oregano very often.
Have you tried Mike's Mighty Good Craft Ramen?
No. Does that come with like seasonings and such inside the package?
I bet it does. I bet it's a whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
But that actually is perfect. I was gonna talk about the particular macaroni that I had last night. It's I got a box of the old Annie's Organic.
Oh, I don't like Annie's in general.
White cheddar.
Oh, that's fun.
Tasty.
Though. Yeah.
Why don't you like Annie's in general? Let's dig into that.
Well, so like they're
sexism.
Did you come here to
Craft
get
is a man.
Did
this
you just
is a
come
gotcha
here for
podcast.
A gotcha moment, Clancy, when I've just woken up? No more than a half hour, 45 minutes ago.
That's what I came here for.
No, it's the Annie's goldfish are just so terrible.
Oh yeah, I mean
those are so trash as a snack.
Yeah, there's snack stuff, but like the stuff that you put a little bit of energy into, the stuff that you have to is just like you eat it and it's already there. It's not great. Just get a Chips Ahoy. Just get a goldfish. Just get a Cheez-It.
It's just the wrong time to be trying to be super healthy.
But I will say
you're only supposed to be having a handful of them anyways.
I will say that white cheddar mac and cheese is pretty good.
That, and I can't think of another boxed take-home mac and cheese that's white cheddar off the top of my head, at least. So they've got the market cornered there.
Yeah, it's very tasty. It's a good time. Good time was had by all, and by that I mean my tongue and my mouth.
Yeah. Well, you sold me on that, and that's what you put the ground beef and veggies into?
Yeah. And it's like decent. See, the thing is, turning a meal into a fucking feast is not hard, I've learned. Grass-fed ground beef, not that much more expensive, crazy more tasty.
I love that you specify that yours is the grass-fed variety.
Because it is so much better tasting.
Okay.
Compare them, and it's crazy how much better grass-fed beef tastes. And it's not that much more expensive.
One time I got goat beef.
Nice.
Goat meat from
You ever have buffalo meat?
Very tasty.
You
Yeah.
ever had kangaroo meat?
Never kangaroo. I would love to. I'm all about eating
There was
different types of
a-
dead animals.
I don't know if there's Sprouts in Oregon, but in California there's a store called Sprouts. It's like a cross between a Whole Foods and a Costco. It's like a whole Costco Foods. It's a whole co. But they have packages of all like weird ass meats.
Yeah, see, that sounds like a blast. Getting a bunch of those.
Ground
I'm sure it's
kangaroo.
not very price effective or cost.
Probably
effective.
not, but it's fun to try.
Yeah, absolutely. Get some kangaroo meat. Eat some joey.
Ooh, what's going on here? Oh, what?
I've heard of that before.
I've never tried putting salsa in mac and because
It's like a mild nachos.
it's it's interesting. In my head, it seems like those two things aren't supposed, because mac and cheese is a pasta, which is Italian food, and salsa is Mexican food, and in my head, never the twain shall meet. But
fusion, baby.
now that I'm thinking about it, it would probably be pretty tasty.
Yeah. Although you don't see that crossover as much as you see other ones, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what the last thing I had to eat was?
I was about to ask you that.
It was it's around like 3 this morning, and I had a chili burger from Jack in the Box.
Okay.
It was not very good.
Did you Postmate it, or did you head on down to the old drive-thru?
I used the surprisingly busy drive-thru myself.
Well, how can you be surprised that a Jack in the Box drive-thru was busy at 3 a.m.?
I thought it would be a little too late. Honestly, I wasn't even sure if it would be open or not. I was thinking about going to Tecco's further down on Southeast Powell Boulevard in beautiful Portland, Oregon.
Tecco's is a local business.
Yes, I was trying to support local.
Support local businesses.
But they were not open. So
Texas is the land of combining foods that shouldn't go together and making it work.
I want to go to Texas for that reason.
You should take a little trip.
Ah,
Karina just moved to Texas.
Yeah, shout outs to Karina. I saw on Instagram she was milling around San Antonio because she lives there now. So that made sense that she was doing that. But yeah, I've been to Texas once in my life, and it was as a what would I have been? A sophomore or a junior in high school.
A junior. That's what they call them in Mexico.
With the heavy J too.
A junior. That might be. I might be racist. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I don't want to have to get you on your own podcast.
Well, it is a gotcha podcast,
right? So I brought you here today. But it was El Paso was the city that I visited.
Down in the West Texas town of El Paso, the Felina. It was in Breaking Bad.
Oh, right. A lot of that show takes place in El Paso, does it not?
No, it takes place in
New Mexico.
Yeah, New Mexico. But the song, it's either called Felina or El Paso, and they're very similar. All the songs by that guy sound pretty much the same. And I don't remember what his name is. If you like fried things, Mexico is the place to be. Sounds like.
Well, Texas.
Or yeah, Texas. Oh boy.
I'm sure both.
I'm all mixed up.
I know fried ice cream you can get in Mexico.
Here's a question. Is food in Texas just like you're always at a carnival?
It sounds like a huge, giant, unavoidable carnival a little bit. Because they're dumping powdered sugar on top of all that stuff. Oh boy,
howdy, if they weren't, I would be disappointed. It just
seems kind of stupid, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like you went all this way.
I went to all the trouble of eating a funnel cake, and there's no powdered sugar on it?
Yeah.
Fuck you. If I don't look like I just got done snorting every cocaine by the time I finish with this funnel cake, I am going to be disappointed.
And it who even wants to take a picture of that, Nobody
wants a picture of that. That's all I'm saying.
Sort of depends on where you go. That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's... I mean, if you want to be, like, not generalizing about... I just want one thing to be what Texas is all the time.
Yeah.
I just don't want to have to think about things anymore.
I want to be able to encapsulate Texas in a couple sentences if I need to.
Yeah, exactly.
I want people to know the deal with that
It's
place.
big, and it's food like carnival.
You could fry donuts there.
There's
everywhere.
Fried things. They fry things.
They fry too much.
It's big and they fry
talk
things.
too much.
Welcome
a lot
to Texas.
Of them drink too much.
Yeah. Well, okay. If that's our description of Texas, let's move on. Let's take a step up.
Okay.
Next one over. Is it Arizona or New Mexico?
Oh, I don't know. What do you mean next one over? In which direction?
Whichever direction. Louisiana. Is that next to it?
Maybe. Oklahoma is directly north.
There we go.
Of it. We know
we describe Oklahoma as the place where that tiger thing happened.
The tiger stuff happened there, and
welcome to Oklahoma.
Football.
Tiger thing happened here.
Yeah. Sad stuff.
Okay, next up, is it Kansas above that?
That could be correct. That sounds correct.
Kansas. Yeah. Nothing here.
A lot of basketball fans.
Oh, lots of oh yeah, you're into sports. You know something about every state probably because of the sports.
Yeah. It is a good way to get caught up on geography, honestly, on some level. So I can't say it's been a complete waste of my time, yeah.
All right, I think we have pretty much squeezed food dry.
Right, yeah, we got away from food.
We have just absolutely wrung it out.
What's the ninth most?
The ninth is myth busting, fun facts, explainies.
Huh. What's a myth that you want to bust? Do you have one?
Let's ask the chat. Hey, is there a myth that we can bust? And we'll just do it right now, no matter what.
Yeah, give us something that's a myth, and I'll tell you why it's a myth. Over a factual statement.
The myth of the thing with the torms.
Oh, right, yeah.
With the horns. The
Minotaurs?
The mantar.
What's the myth of them?
Just wait, would exist? A mantar just be like a man with another man's body connected to it? Like a centaur.
But it's just a guy.
A mantar.
A mantar. But it's two different dudes.
Yeah.
Like the legs are a little darker skin than the rest of his body. Or like the
legs are fucking jacked.
Yeah, and then his upper body is not that impressive.
Mantar. But he has two sets of legs. He has his set of legs and then his mantar set of legs.
When he wants to work out or something.
Yeah, he only works out with his mantar
right,
legs.
Well, because it's not cool. No one thinks that's awesome to show up like that. But, like, if you've got stuff to do, it'd be nice, I guess.
That just made me picture a centaur doing squats.
Yeah. Or even just, like, it's got a ton of groceries that it's carrying, and it's, like, in a rush, so they're got...
It's, like, got the bar on its shoulders, but both legs are squatting.
All four.
2 sets of... Oh, I don't know why that's so funny to me, but I love it.
I would love to see that as a little cartoon. A little Sunday
It would just
comic.
look like it was, like, dancing. Like,
Yeah, it would be worth the cheap
Oh, boy. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what a common myth I hear is. What is?
Oh, here we go. America is a democracy. Well, I don't know if we even need to bust that one. Ain't no democracy. I didn't see one.
Hey, push the envelope. We can get political here.
I don't see no. My college's old mascot was a centaur until the Catholics realized it was a wild, lawless creature that doesn't fit with the Silesian tradition.
What college did you go to,
okay,
Kyle?
This section is now about politics and religion.
Making declarative statements about each thing. That's a fair myth to bring up, Miss Random Ginger. I don't blame you for
ain't no democracy here. I ain't seen none.
No, not lately. Not well. I guess we don't have to beat it into a ground, but that is a good myth. Yes.
Hey, friends. Vote? Question mark?
Yeah, you can. You should vote. Probably.
Probably.
Did you
probably
do
go
it yet?
for it.
Have you still? I assume you plan to. If you haven't.
Okay. Here's the thing. I have not gotten an Oregon driver's license yet. I was going to do it very soon because
it makes this a lot
my
easier.
California one is done. And then I went on.
And you don't drive, correct?
DMV, not for the past 6 months, really.
Right.
I went on the DMV website and I was like, okay, I'm gonna renew my license now, and they were like, okay, you can do that in December. So I tried.
Are you just SOL?
Yeah.
Well,
there's nothing I can do.
Honestly, just donate. It's probably more important to donate.
I am
to something.
Thinking I might.
Random ginger girl voted yesterday. I did several days ago. I did it in Lake Oswego at their public library, and the reason being because it's so. What's the opposite of hectic?
Calm.
It's so calm there that you can know for sure like it's going in the right spot, as opposed to these big, which I've never really been to a big voter booth thing where you waited a long time. It was all crazy.
I mean, I would have just done it by mail.
Which, yes, good for you. But that post office of ours.
What do you mean that post office of ours?
They're not perfect. There's human beings there. They make mistakes.
There's human beings at the fucking
the library.
Lake Oswego.
Yeah. Well, if everybody did it, it wouldn't work anyways.
Here we go. Gender, another myth. Bust it. It ain't real.
Not causing a fire with me. You got nothing but agreement from this couch.
No, that gender reveal party made a fire happen in California.
Oh,
you read about that?
I did.
Seen this? You heard about this?
It was very reminiscent of when back in 2017 those teenagers threw firecrackers into a gorge and burned a lot of trees down.
That fire was a quarter of the size of the one in California.
Really?
Yeah. The fires in California get out of control.
Well, yeah.
And also
much
California
easier.
is just big. There's a lot more space to burn.
Spread out as flames fan. Yeah. Well, that was a funny joke than some random.
I saw a meme right after it happened that made me laugh too much, and it was a picture of the gender reveal explosion, because that's why it was it started a fire, is because they did an explosion for the gender reveal. And so it was a picture of that, and then it was a picture of the scene at the beginning of Mulan, and the guy is like, now all of California knows it's a boy.
That's clever. Yeah, anyway. The memes, I mean, it's not a trade-off you like to make, but the memes were clever at times.
Hey, you know what you should do about that? You should look your sister in the face and go, hey, fucking stop it.
Yeah, but I also understand if it's hard to have those conversations with
nephew
family.
Can be a girl boy if he wants.
Yeah, I agree.
Let nephew do what nephew wants.
Or niece or relative be whatever they would like to be. And you know what you should tell your sister instead of cursing at your loved one is they're only going to do it more if you tell them not to at that age.
Oh, I guess apparently already tried. Well,
stupid in so many ways.
Let me take a look here.
Well, we've all been there.
Have a little gander here. Advice is not on this list of podcast things, and since I am a young child baby, I don't feel like I can really give good advice.
And I just shouldn't, because I don't have a good grip on my life. So yeah, you're right.
Oh, also an anti-mask person. Well, look.
Don't know what to tell you there.
Texas, baby.
Right.
Or actually, well, okay, most of America.
Yeah.
A large part of
55, or so.
Let's see. I think we busted. Oh wait, here we can't. Oh well, this is a myth that will never be busted. I don't give good advice. Don't take advice from me.
That's the myth. I agree with you, Kyle.
Don't believe any words that I say. I'm a big ugly liar.
Very good advice from this beautiful gentleman here.
Aw, I am beautiful.
And you have a birthday coming up. Do you want to get into that or no?
I mean, we pretty much nailed it into the ground on Thursday, but we could talk about it. Do you want to talk? I'm turning 19 again.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast.
I'm turning 19 for the 7th time.
We're gonna have you go rent us an R-rated movie all by yourself. It's gonna be awesome.
Rent an R-rated movie. I'm gonna buy cigarettes. Is that that's 21 again, isn't it?
That's 18. Or did they move it to 21?
I think they moved it to 21 in Oregon. I'll buy a porn.
Well, you know what? Honestly,
I'll go to a porn store and buy a porn
store. I'll let you have one of my cigarettes, even though we'll bend the rules a little bit. We did it last year. We'll do it again this year. No, I don't have anything to add, but on Tuesday, I'll bring over a nice snack.
Yeah, on Tuesday, I'm gonna watch Final Destination all day. I'm gonna watch all 5 of them, and some of my friends are gonna hang out for short periods of time, or the whole time if they want.
The whole time, maybe, yeah.
I just don't want to. I don't want to force anybody to be here.
Yeah,
it's
a lot different vibe if you're like you have to be here for all 5 of the movies,
because that is an 8-hour experience, and then I'm gonna do karaoke after. So like,
well, yeah, okay. So it'll be a build up. You know, you should be getting more people the later it goes. I like that. That's a good.
Which brings us to number 7, 8, 8. Number 8. It's podcasts about girls who fuck.
Yeah, I'm surprised that's popular. 8. I mean, good for them. I don't know what
the ones that are above it are clearly
they'll make
it makes sense.
To me. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I will say that as a fan of comedy as well as someone who likes to at least pretend they still do it, but a lot of on Instagram, like my suggested, like check this out, is little clips of female comedians talking about getting fucked on their podcast.
Yeah.
And
guys,
it's funny.
We fucked. Call her daddy.
These are who is Call Her Daddy?
I don't even know.
Is it Hannah Dickinson?
Could be.
If it's not her, she's wonderful. I'm a big fan. Talks about getting fucked a lot.
A new one that I just saw yesterday that I don't remember what the name of it is, but it's what's her name? Anya Voles is hosting it.
Why Won't You Date Me? Nicole Byers.
There you go.
Quite often delves into,
being that we are not girls who fuck, we can't really speak from the perspective of girls who fuck.
No, we are simply observing that there are.
We can give praise to podcasts about girls who fuck.
What we're really doing is just trying to give this list credence, because it does seem that there are a lot of podcasts that are popular.
There are some very talented ladies who do very funny.
We're not disparaging.
Very funny about fucking.
Well, like anything else, I'm sure there's really good ones, and I'm sure there are some that are quite frankly a little repugnant and not that good to listen to. But that's just, I mean, such is life. None of the ones we just mentioned.
Welcome to podcasts, am I right?
Exactly.
Some podcasts are bad, like this one.
No, that was a joke you just made, obviously.
Well, it is a comedy show. Okay. We don't have to hang around in girls who fuck too long, since that's.
No, I think that we acknowledge.
But let's get on to the more important number 7, ghosts.
Ghosts.
Paranormal shit, baby. Aliens. Big feet.
What is that? Is that a connection? Big feet?
Paranormal. Bigfoot.
Oh, Bigfoot. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I say words wrong on purpose sometimes for comedic effect.
Right, I'm catching up. You're doing fine. I don't know. I try not to think about those things too often
do.
because
Do you believe in ghosts?
no.
There you go. You know what they say: bigger the feet, bigger the ghost.
True. At least typically.
Oh, also, I reached out to Lacey this morning to check if she had done something about her arm. She has not answered yet, but I'm.
What happened to Big Ghost fan, by the way? Is that what made you think, or did someone mention her in the
Someone mentioned.
comments?
Oh, we host Nightmare Goss
Yes,
on
yes,
Thursdays together. She broke the fuck out of her arm healing.
Wow. Oh, Lacey. This is not an advice podcast.
I'm
but
almost certain Dylan will have dragged her to the hospital by now.
Dylan
Jones has been. He works
aware.
He works at the apartment building across the street from her now.
Oh yes, I was aware of that.
Anyway, this is
no, it's a little
back
inside
to
baseball. Ghosts. Well, right, I do. Let's hope she gets
do you believe
that
in ghosts?
Looked at. I don't think that I do. The thing is, I don't get bothered by people that believe in them, but you're never gonna get it proved to you.
Yeah, but why do you need to have it proved to you? Go, it's fun.
It's fun until it's not. What if they do something bad? See, it's only fun to me because they're not actually real.
What are they gonna do bad?
Kill you and stuff.
That's not a thing that ghosts ever do in actual.
That's just movie ghosts. That's just Hollywood's deal with ghosts.
Which movie did ghosts actually kill people?
Just because I can't think of one right now doesn't mean that
Paranormal Activity. They were just spooky.
Paranormal Activity.
Did anybody die? Nope, just spooky. Poltergeist. Did anybody die? Nope, just spooky.
The Shining.
That's not a ghost. Ain't no ghost in The Shining.
Okay.
That guy just went crazy pants. The hotel made him do it.
But the hotel was haunted.
I don't think that is what was happening in The Shining.
I just don't get how these ghost these haunted places get the reputation that there's ghosts there doing stuff.
Oh, here we go. Patrick Swayze does kill a bad guy. You're right. Okay.
Thank you.
But that wasn't scary. He was doing a favor.
It's a little scary.
He was doing a favor to sexy
if
Demi.
You're a child, it's kind of scary.
Remember that scene where they were hugging with pots?
Yes. I'm over, 22
That's how I described
old.
that
I've
scene. They were hugging with pots.
That's basically all it was.
Oh, shit. Coworker hunts ghosts, and he had me film doing a ghost hunt last month. The ghost made my camera battery fluctuate from full to dead all night, but that's it. See? Ghost is real.
Did you...
I don't know.
You say all that like that you concretely proved it. And I'm not saying you're making anything up, Kyle, but there are other explanations.
I don't remember if I've talked about this on the show before, so I'm just going to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
We went to, me and Lacey and Dylan, in fact, went to the Ghost Conference.
Yes, Ben Levy was there.
Ben Levy also, yeah.
This was...
And we did a ghost hunting expedition.
Which was dumb, was it not?
I had a lot of fun.
Well, but I'm sure it was really fun, but weren't you getting some good laughs out of a lot of it? See,
that doesn't mean it's dumb. That was a good time.
Well, I wish I was there. Like I would have wanted to have gone, but it's silly.
It is silly.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to just like silly things.
You can I just don't know that they're real though.
Well,
I'll get more into ghosts.
I don't know if sports are real.
Well, the connection I feel to them is probably fake and made up, but they're real though.
Well, I mean, the connection I feel to ghosts is probably. What about aliens? That falls into paranormal.
It starts to. It's hard for me to believe somewhere that there is,
it's hard for you to believe that there is aliens or that
there
there
is
aren't.
not. I'm sure there's aliens somewhere else.
So,
some type
okay.
of life.
So if you can say there probably is aliens somewhere, why can't you say there could be ghosts?
Because aliens are alive. I don't think that there's dead stuff that's still hanging out with us.
Why not?
Our country's being led by one right now.
There could be dead stuff.
A ghost or a...
You can talk to dead stuff. You ever see The Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
He talks to dead stuff.
I'm glad I didn't have Bruce Willis talking to me from beyond the grave when I was in 6th grade.
What? That would have been a cool... Imagine just hanging out with Bruce Willis in 6th grade.
Yeah,
That would
maybe
be
for like a
frickin'
weekend. I'd get sick. Like, well, it's Monday, man. I'm gonna go back to school. You don't need to come with anymore.
Yeah. I mean, look, our country could be being led. That could be a skin suit. You ever think about that? He's shaped funny. He could be Alien Boy.
Very loose skin.
What is it? The reptilians is what people talk about.
Mm-hmm.
The government is reptilians in skin suits.
See, that's
the ones that are old and gross.
Myths and
the ones
paranormal discussion too.
Yeah, there you go. I don't want to bust that myth though.
Yeah, I think the old ones could be. The
ones that are old and gross very much look like they could be.
Which gives me the fear that they're never gonna die.
Oh, they die.
Oh yeah,
I seen it.
They'll die eventually, but I think they got some years left in them.
Death comes for us all, even if we are reptilians.
Baggy, yeah, it's baggy skin.
Yeah, it hangs off them.
Like a comfy beanbag chair, a little bit or something.
It looks like old curtains. Old velvet curtains just full of muck.
Yeah. That actually sounds kind of comfortable too, though.
If you were in that one movie, you could make a dress out of them.
What movie?
Was that Gone with the Wind? Did she make a dress out of curtains in Gone with the Wind?
I haven't seen Gone with the Wind
or
in some time.
Something like that. Casablanca? It's one of those.
Yeah.
She makes a dress out of curtains. And if people are curtains, you can make a dress out of people.
Oh, people have done it,
and that's what Silence of the Lambs is about.
Yeah, Buffalo Bill.
Silence of the Lambs is about how he walked into the White House and sliced up all of them and made them into dresses.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that movie too.
It's real funny. It is Gone with the Wind. Thank you. And it's real funny in Silence of the Lambs that Buffalo Bill has like a big a Colt Python, like a 375, like a fucking huge pistol, and then what's her name? What is Clarice has like a little tiny 22 revolver.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the scene where it keeps cutting back and forth between them and like he's holding like this huge gun and she's got like a little pew pew, it makes her gun look real tiny.
Yeah, like a toy.
It's great. That's a great movie.
What's next after paranormal?
All right, you're done with ghosts. Oh, you're gonna like it. Number 5, 4, 7, 6.
6.
Number 6. Sports.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know what to say to you because you're not as much into.
Well, look, you weren't that much into ghosts.
Are you lifting still? Are you still powerlifting?
Oh yeah, I have an Olympic weight set that I bought with my
I guess
stimulus check.
You can see some of those weights.
Yeah,
there.
I do some cleans. I do some jerks. I do some snatches.
And is it a daily thing?
I like 4 times a week. I lift weights.
Do you think that you're mildly addicted to it on a healthy level?
I don't know. Well, I guess. I don't know how to Quantify that. How do you quantify addiction?
When it maybe not. I think it's like when a hobby or activity or substance begins to affect your life. But if it's just affect your life, that this
Yeah.
definitely affects you.
Yeah,
That would count.
weightlifting affects your
But I
life.
think it has to be negatively,
Well, then no.
directly. But I don't know. Like
I'm seeing only positive effects. You seen this?
mhm.
You seen this?
Right.
You seen this?
I'm looking at it. You look ready to get back to doing bouncing work once arcades are a thing.
Oh
we can
yeah,
do again.
I'm ready to bounce some folk out of that arcade, but arcades are not coming back for a while. They keep talking about trying to reopen the arcade, and every time I'm just like, "You're not going to reopen the arcade."
There's just nothing you can do. You can
It
charge
is-
one person like $300, and it's like, all right, it's yours for an hour.
Yeah, it is.
And then you got to get out so
Genuinely, it
someone
is
else can go in there.
impossible to make an arcade safe right now.
Unless, the only thing they can do is it's $20 a game, but only one person can be in there at the same time.
Addiction is when your dad would be proud of you, but your mom would be pissed.
Huh? That's a pretty dark way to look at that.
Yeah, I think I can stop weightlifting anytime.
Lose the cognitive ability.
I can stop anytime I want.
Fair enough. See, I don't know. I bet it would be pretty difficult. I'm sure you could. I don't think it would ruin your life if you had to stop. You wouldn't be waking up with sweats. But I bet it would be an adjustment if you just stopped. I bet you would not like doing that.
Be in worse shape if I stopped doing
it.
And
there would also be negative recourse in your life.
See, I think that's something that makes it hard to say whether I am addicted to.
Well, let's throw this scenario at you. You hurt your arm healing, and Dylan saves you, and they say you can't lift for a while.
Well,
you can't hold any weight.
That's another thing with weightlifting. You get injuries, and you have to take breaks.
Yes,
I tweak my hip every couple of months, and I have to take a week off.
What if okay, well, let's say it was a month. The doctor said you can't do any lifting for a month. I bet that would be an abrupt adjustment.
It would be frustrating for sure. Because another thing about exercise is that when you're doing it, things are easier and better.
I
like when you're doing it on a consistent basis, like you sleep better.
Yeah.
Like life is a little bit better if you are exercising consistently.
It's objectively very healthy. But I do think that there is some element
it's not like leaps and bounds, but like people make it seem like it's like, oh, it's a magic pill, it fixes everything in your life. It doesn't. But it does make your life a little bit easier.
I imagine there's some element of like you get addicted to it though.
Yeah, probably.
For some people.
Here's something that I thought of this morning. I was rewatching old. Do you ever watch Check It Out?
Is that a children's show?
No, that Tim and Eric spinoff with John C. Reilly. Check It Out with Dr. Steve Brule.
Yes.
I was rewatching some episodes of Check It Out. All the clips are available on YouTube, which is fun. You can just watch all of it. And they were doing like an aerobics class.
Someone. You see the bottom.
Someone who obviously doesn't watch World's Hottest Goss on a regular basis because it's usually James. And you know what? James is looking great.
Right? Yeah, you're a bandwagon fan. Would it have hurt my feelings a little bit more if you just said, "Wow, James has let himself go"? Yeah, probably. But
anyway, I was thinking, what if I did an aerobics class on Twitch?
I don't know that I'd participate, but I would tune in from time to time.
Pop off in the chat. Would you?
Yes.
Would you hang out and do aerobics with me?
GP Bear.
I would buy a neon leotard and leg warmers.
You'd have a good music.
I'd dress up real nice.
Oh, nice. Okay. GP Bear would really, really like it if you did that, apparently.
Oh yeah, the exercise isn't the thing that's unhealthy. It's the eating habits that it cultivates.
Yeah, and when you can't have meals without considering how it will impact your exercise and such. Maybe a little jazzercise, that'd be fun, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be jazzercise because that is trademarked.
Oh.
But it would be clancercise.
Clancercise. I was gonna say the same thing. I couldn't think of a better one either. Clancercising is still fun.
It would just be an aerobics. It would just be a fun and I would crack wise. I would wear a 80s leotard and crack wise and just bounce around for an hour and people could bounce with me.
Yeah, no, I bet you could. You seem like you'd be a great like beginning Zumba teacher.
Oh yeah.
Very warm and positive.
Yeah.
Scary. We feel a little silly.
We're gonna take it to the left now. Okay. And back.
Yeah,
and
like
back.
you
and
disarm
now it's
people.
Forward. Here we go.
Not let you think you're silly for this.
Polka aerobics. Yeah, that's a good one.
Polka aerobics.
Dude.
If we could get ourselves an accordion.
Do it to... I would just play polka music. I would get one like 2-minute track of polka and have it play over and over again for an hour while I was doing it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Thank you.
Polka aerobics.
That's what I'm doing now.
We're gonna trademark that.
And yeah, Lacey could do castricize.
Yes. Because she's broken a bone, apparently.
Do you actually want to talk about sports at all?
It's kind of a dead period. The Lakers just won the championship. I don't think anyone.
Let's talk bubbles.
Bubbles, yeah. I mean, what did you think?
How's that work? What is that?
The NBA bubble. It was actually a pretty big success. It seemed like it was going to be a disaster. There was pretty minimal tomfoolery. They had very few positive tests. So mild hope.
Wait, so does the season only last like a few weeks?
Well, so they picked up where they left off when it was canceled, essentially. So they played like 8 games and then used those to seed the playoffs. And the Lakers.
So if they did like short stretches of like 6 games and then take some time off and then 6 games, so it'd be like a fractured season.
Yeah. I mean,
I can't see them doing a whole season with a bubble.
No, but they presumably could. It wouldn't be a whole season because it's so fucked up. The timeline's all mixed up now, but this is usually when basketball would be just starting.
Okay.
Like the middle of October, they'd be finishing the preseason, and the first real games would be in like a week or two, and it goes to June. But since they just finished, the season's going to start in January sometime. And by then, they're probably hoping that they don't have to do a bubble and they can do limited seating. But
they're stupid.
They're stupid, but they're greedy and they're really rich, and so they don't care that they're stupid necessarily.
Yeah, that's real dumb. They're real dumb. All right, let's move on.
So we'll see what happens there. We'll check. We'll jump back in January. I'll fill in for James again.
I'll just have you over in January
and we'll talk about it.
You'll just be on the show whether James is here or not.
Right. Well, he's also a hoops fan, so we can get you up to speed. Oh, also, I do co-host
You co-host
a sports podcast called The Peyton Years with the very funny Andy Clark. If you want to listen to a sports podcast, it is the 6th most common type of podcast.
Yeah,
apparently.
No, the 6th most popular type of podcast.
Popular, right?
And the 5th most popular type of podcast. Perfect segue. Is pop culture.
Pop
TV,
culture,
movies,
big
books.
Fan of it. What was the last piece of pop culture? I guess check it out with Dr. Steve Brule.
Oh yeah, but I've been rewatching Frasier.
Never a bad call. Where are you in Frasier?
I am at the beginning of season 5.
Okay, so you're at the best part. It's gonna start gradually going downhill.
It's ramping up
in the next 20,
and it's
30
about to
episodes.
ramp down.
Yeah. My favorite Frasier is the one where him and Niles want to go to the play, but they're too embarrassed to be seen in the cancellation line, so they keep lying about it, and then they don't get to see it at all.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I'm a Frasier guy.
There's some good stuff.
All the party episodes.
I appreciate it because it is so vastly different from every sitcom. Like sitcoms are kind of all the same and kind of boring, and Frasier is very much not the same.
I think you could argue it's boring at times.
It's boring, but it's not boring because it's the same as every other sitcom.
GB Bear makes a decent point that it jumped the shark when Niles married Daphne.
Well, I
not
mean,
so much because of that. Even like that's fine.
It was leading there the whole time.
Yeah, it was a trope, but those episodes are terrible. Like with the wedding they have and her family and stuff, and her brother Simon is like one of the worst sitcom characters ever.
Yeah. Also, I noticed in the first, like, one of her main characteristics was that she is maybe a psychic, and they just like fucking got rid of that, and that was like the best part. When she would have like a psychic vision.
Yeah, well, they kind of just weaned that out, didn't they?
Yeah.
For a super long time, and then they brought it back around when she first got together with Niles.
They should have kept it the whole time.
That like, Frasier convinces her that they're dumb and they're not real, and she had a vision of the man of her dreams with a dragon, and she's like, I guess they don't. Yeah, they're just dumb. They don't really mean anything.
And then Niles was with a dragon.
And then the next is Niles holding a dragon statue.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. I think he's still with Maris, or he's like recently divorced. Yeah, and Maris kills someone later. That was kind of dumb.
Maybe that's where it jumped the shark.
That's where it actually did. Yeah. But that was kind of cool, though. Honestly, I liked that.
Yeah. Let's talk about MASH.
Alan Alda, baby. Yeah.
MASH is good.
I'm not super familiar with MASH. I should check it out.
The theme song is called "Suicide is Painless."
Huh, that's kind of dope. That's really fucking tight, actually. Yeah, the biggest thing I know about MASH is that the last episode is apparently like extremely sad.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, the whole show has an undercurrent because it takes place in a military hospital setup
during a war.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
During a war that we did not win.
No.
I guess not a war, a military engagement that we did not do well in.
We were not successful in our objective. There are no winners and losers, and there are only losers in war, but some lose more than others. And we lost
blew
a
it.
lot.
Vietnam and Korea, we blew it. We really blew it. Actually, pretty much everything since World War II, we've completely blown it.
Yeah. Not to make this a history, that may be a topic later on your list.
We're back to politics, myth busting.
We are,
yeah, this is political crossfire. Problem. We blew it. All right, that's. I
would have loved to have gotten more into that, but okay. So can you run down the last episode? Because I just remember the clip where the guy is saying like, and it's really good acting. He's like the first person my daughter's ever gonna be held by isn't gonna be me, and he starts like sobbing while he says it. It's like, this isn't funny at all.
Gotta be honest, I don't know if I've seen the last episode.
Some random ginger girl. Do you remember this?
Oh yeah, knows so much about MASH. Hawkeye is in the mental hospital. Is that? I don't know. Okay.
Huh? Damn.
All right.
Oh, well, GP Bear's messing with us a little.
Could be. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there's a lot of sad scenes in MASH because it's kind of a sad
from the last season. Okay, so it's
fun and funny, but it's also
I imagine, yeah, it gets a little darker
Real
towards
dark.
the end as they wrap things up.
Next one, number 4, audio drama. And this is the part where we have to improvise on audio drama.
Like we're gonna get into an argument or something.
Well, what happens in a soap opera?
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
My name's Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Oh, I'm not introducing myself. I'm just letting you know my name is going to be Gary in the drama.
Okay, so you're Gary, and I'll be Steve.
Gary and okay. Welcome to Gary and Steve. I fucked your mom.
You son of a bitch.
I fucked her. I fucked her good, and she was like, I don't even like this, but I hate Steve.
I fucking knew it. I knew that you would stab me in the back like this, Gary. The first chance you got, you.
Funny you should say that, because there's a knife in your back now. Stabbed you.
God damn it! This hurts a fuckload. And right after you told me that you were banging my mom, I'm through the roof upset with you now.
You want to call 911 or what?
Well, I mean, I don't like to call 911, but that seems to be the only viable option
What are you afraid
left.
of? Wait, are you afraid of 911 for some reason?
I just don't like dealing with police officers and, people of that sort if I don't have to, but you just stab me in the back. We don't have a lot of time.
When you have a big hole in your back, you would call like an ambulance, not police officers.
Well, yeah, but you stab me, and I'm going to have to tell someone that you stabbed me. I'm just worried that it's going to end up being a police report or something.
There's no reason to get the police involved. You could say you stabbed yourself. You fell out. You slipped.
I'm not really.
You were holding the knife
stoked
behind
on
your back.
You telling me that I stabbed myself.
And you were going to stab me with the knife.
Fuck my mom, and then you stabbed me. I feel like.
Yeah, I told you I fucked your mom, and then you were like, I'm going to stab you, and then you had it behind your back, and then you slipped and you stabbed yourself.
Well,
that could be the story that you tell.
No one's going to believe you if you tell them that, though.
I didn't say I would tell. You could tell them that if you don't want the police to get involved.
Well, now I'm going to stab you right now. That's what I just did.
There's a stab. I'm a stabbed.
How do you like it?
I'm all full of stab.
When it happens to you,
it feels. I mean, I don't care for it.
Are you in the mood to tell someone that you did it yourself?
I'm going to call 911.
For sure. Call 911.
Okay. Now that we're both stabbed, we can both say that we stabbed ourselves, just to not get police involved, right?
Well, we can say it was a suicide pact that we're trying to back out.
Well, I think police would get involved with a suicide pact, and we might be taken into.
I think the police are going to get involved. You put us in this predicament.
Hey, look, I didn't want to stab you, but you asked me to. That's what I heard. You were like, "Stab me in the back, why don't you?"
It frustrates me the way that you always, can jangle the past so it fits your narrative. That's probably how you got my mom to fuck you.
Yeah, I was like, your son totally wants this to happen. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah.
See, and that's why you deserve to get stabbed.
And see.
Yeah, well, I've never done that before, if you couldn't tell. That was my first ever
improvised audio drama.
I feel like I'm okay at it, honestly.
It was pretty dramatic.
Yeah, it was upsetting.
Well, cool.
So that's audio drama. We don't know a lot about it, but it's like that.
It's something like that, I think. Let's see. Number 3. The news.
The news?
The news.
Well, yeah, I mean, half that stuff's fake. I feel like it's not even the news. It's just people talking about whether they want to believe if it's true or not.
I'm gonna pop on.
Like the news, you are not supposed to have to consider if it's real or not.
That is true.
The discussion is more about if it's real or not than what we should do about it.
Head on over to the subreddit r in the news.
Yeah, what's in the news?
Let's talk about some news. Top story: Republicans, you are complicit. Soft paywall.
Well, we'll skip that one then.
Let's see. Senator Susan Collins is financially supporting the state legislative campaigns of two fellow Maine Republicans who fervently believe in QAnon. They advocate God-declared executions for traitorous... Oh boy, okay. None of that.
Is one of them gonna... You know what I love is when you click your phone and the news stories pop up, and the first three are like horrible updates about COVID-19 or political unrest, and then the third's like 22 pictures of dogs with sunglasses that you will absolutely love, and it's from BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
And then the one after that is like someone got killed too. That cracks me up more than the article itself ever would.
Former White House chief of staff tells friends that Trump is the most flawed person he's ever met.
I did see that one. See, I don't know that that's even news, frankly. Like, what am I supposed to do with that information at this point?
Here we go. Here's a story. A case for a joker's joke not being a joke.
Huh.
I bet that's about, what's his face?
The movie The Joker?
No, the guy with the red hair who was on SNL last week.
Bill Burr.
William Burr. Wilfred. His name's Wilfred, isn't it?
I don't know.
Wilbur. Let's see. Opinion, end our national crisis.
I like
Ooh, that
opinion about it.
I like that as a headline. Opinion. We should have less crisis.
In my humble opinion, it's been a little too stressful around here lately.
Look, people may disagree with me, but if we had less crisis, that might be good.
We'd have more time for hanging out and celebrating. Surviving.
Oh, boy. Well, I think that's as good as news is gonna get.
The news isn't gonna get any more positive than that.
Oh, here we go. Don't know if that's an unpopular opinion, but hasn't liked him in a while.
Yeah, even in the Apprentice days. It's only been the first season.
It's been about, I don't know, 25 years since I enjoyed him.
Yeah.
And by that I mean I'm not 25 yet.
Yes, Clancy is, well, you're 19, so yeah.
We could keep up the ruse, or we could tell the truth. I'm 37.
Yeah, wouldn't that shock you? He is 7 years my senior, Clancy is, if you can believe that.
Oh, you didn't like Bill Burr. Well, I mean...
Oh, Bill Burr.
That's a opinion that a lot of people have, too.
Getting to be less and less of an unpopular opinion.
I mean, I'm just kind of bored because he does the same thing.
The discussion to me is, it's pretty redundant that, yeah, he's been doing the same thing for a while. I don't have much more to say on it.
And honestly...
And I don't agree with it. I don't think it's cool that he does that. I'm not saying I do. I do think that he's a really good comedian. And I think there's plenty of evidence that he is funny.
I will say...
It's just too bad that he chooses to try and be funny about the same goddamn thing so much.
Yeah. I will say that if you can make it through the first half of Paper Tiger, it's a very good special.
The second half gets into
his last special. See, okay. All I'm saying is if you make it through that part, he reveals that he understands that he's awful and is trying. It's like a whole thing. I think Paper Tiger is a well put together special because it's almost as if like an angry white dude is doing Nanette, is how I feel about it.
Which one could argue nobody needs to see that, but if I'm going to watch someone do it, I'd choose it.
That
I
is
guess
true. What I'm saying is, if you ignore the bad jokes, it's all good.
Yeah. That is a fair way to put that.
I don't think he is the magical genius that a lot of people seem to think he is, and I don't think he is the monster that a lot of other people seem to think he is. I think he is an okay comedian who chooses uncomfortable topics.
See, I mean, I think the reason that he has such a following is obviously because he chooses to talk about how women aren't good in his eyes, and that's going to resonate with way, way too many people.
With
But
an
he does.
uncomfortable number of
He is
people.
like, and I'm not saying this is good. I'm not praising him for it. I think, but objectively, he is good at doing that. That you know, you see his specials. He's fucking killing for his fans
See, and
talking about this stuff. And if you ever like look at clips of his podcast, I was doing this with a friend the other day, with a female friend who was.
You did not need that makes it so much worse that you specified it.
Well, it's an accurate detail. No, like the point that we were collectively making is that he's really sexist and he's really good at comedy, and both those things are true.
Okay.
But you look at clips from his podcast where he's just telling you the deal about women, and it's awful, stupid shit. And every comment's like, "Preach it, brother. That's why you're the god."
That's one thing that I want to say is comedy is very subjective. Clearly, obviously,
Part of the fun of it.
One of the things that me and James like to do is watch things that we think are not good, but
are
every time
successful.
Every time we're watching it, there is a whole crowd of people clearly enjoying it.
Yeah.
So
it is.
There
it's
you
an
go.
interesting discussion, and for Bill Burr, it's something different than Eliza Schlesinger.
Yeah, well, I mean,
who also gets way too much mileage out of the fact that men and women are different from one another.
Yeah, I
on
think
a general level.
when it comes right down to it, Bill Burr's got some serious problems that he probably needs to deal with, and he might be trying already, and I hope it works out okay.
Yeah, he's got some shit going back to his childhood.
And
sure.
I think that a lot of people made disappointing comments about Louis C.K. In reference to something that some random ginger said further up. And we're done with news.
Yeah. Those people we were just talking about, not done with news. They will continue to have lots to say about what's in the news today.
Look, news is always going to be news. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, I'm...
All right. Number 2, chat shows, like with celebrities. Who gets to be the celebrity today?
Well, I'm the guest. You're the host.
Okay. You are a celebrity now. Which celebrity are you?
I have to just be the pretend one?
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about the projects you've been working on. Sam Whiteley, famous celebrity.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of TV. I recently finished Ozark with my celebrity roommate, who's also a celebrity.
Wow.
And we liked it. We thought it was good. I won't give any spoilers because it's still in that no spoilers.
I don't care about Ozark at all.
You should watch it. Check it out.
It has what's his name?
Jason Bateman, who I don't love, but it's a good show.
Patrick Bateman.
Jason, wait, who's Patrick Bateman?
The murder boy from.
I was gonna say, I thought they got killed.
American Psycho.
Yes.
Patty Bateman.
Norman Bates.
Well, that's a bait.
Mm-hmm.
There's a hell of a lot of bait going on
in their name. Well, yeah, I mean, isn't most of the of podcasting? I guess that's why it's so high on the list. It's just celebrities.
Yeah, it's
talking
just
about what they've been up to.
A celebrity, and they're talking to another celebrity.
Yeah, talking to someone about as famous as them.
Is that interesting?
I think it can be. I mean, there's a reason that people listen to Mark Maron so often.
I don't like Mark Maron's podcast.
I mean, yeah, it's not daily appointment viewing, but sometimes he has a guest where I'm like, okay.
And I think it is just because I'm not that interested in just hearing famous people talk.
Yeah, I mean, some are better than others. There is one with the lead singer of Weezer, and
Rivers
Cuomo, where for some
He's got thick
reason
glasses.
Mark Maron is trying to get all dark with him, and Rivers Cuomo
He was
just
in love
ain't
with a
that
girl in
dude.
Japan.
And he asks him like, "You ever thought about killing yourself?" And Rivers Cuomo's like, "Nah, not really. We can't level on this together. Like, you clearly have a bunch of times, but I have not."
It's all he has to talk about.
Yeah, it's really the direction. He wants to take it with every person.
I mean, he likes talking about sad. He
Yeah,
seems like a sad boy, that Marin.
He's
Maybe
a
that's
sad-
why I don't like his podcast very much, because I don't necessarily like listening to people just talking about being sad.
just the impending state of doom and like this vague. He talks about like a vague darkness a lot.
Some things are okay sometimes, and it's important to also talk about that.
Yeah, you got it. You should probably talk about it more, just to be positive and such.
So what you're saying is you're not working on any projects right
Oh,
now.
right. Well, I talked about my podcast, The Peyton Years, and dude, I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing to really be done. There's stuff in the works. I'm doing a private outdoor comedy show tonight.
Oh shit!
You guys
But it's
probably
private.
can't go to it. Yeah.
Also, you said it's private.
It's at a house in the big backyard.
Sounds pretty private.
So it seems like it's an invite only type thing. Yeah. But it is a project that is in the works.
There you go. Hey, you got booked on a thing.
I got booked on a thing, so.
And I asked you to do this.
Yeah, and we're still doing this currently.
That's
so this
2
counts.
things.
3 things
that you can say you got
Yeah.
booked on. 3 things. Well, I mean, one of them is a thing that you're making yourself.
But still,
But
yeah.
You are supremely bookable right now.
I guess so. You hear that, viewers? Book me on stuff. I need it. No, I won't. Let's not do that.
You don't need it because you're a famous celebrity.
Well, exactly, but because I have plenty to do. I'm very busy.
And this has been Celebrity Podcast Talk.
Celebrity Podcast Talk.
I'll fix it in post.
Perfect.
And do you know what the number 1 podcast topic is?
I feel like I guessed it a couple times and then you'd say it. Like a ghost Loki, I thought may sneak in, and news and sports I thought would all be that. So what is it?
Murder.
Oh, damn it.
Murder, baby.
God damn it, you fucking weirdos.
Murder podcasts are in.
It surprises me they're number 1. I would have guessed top 3, even top 5. But
we are Pirate Radio, and we're talking murder.
It's not cool that people like to learn about people getting killed all the time.
People like murder, though.
I don't get why. I guess the mystery element to it. There are some really wild stories in these documentaries where they have the footage of the people getting interrogated and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess now I'm saying I don't get it, and then I'm like presenting the case for why they're cool.
You appreciate true crime every now and then.
Now and again, there is can I give a recommendation for the people that are into that stuff?
Absolutely.
We've talked about it. I'm a big sports fan. In 2003, I believe, University of Baylor men's basketball team had one of their players get murdered by a teammate, and there was a cover up involving like the coaches. It's just pretty wild. Like they knew one of their players killed a guy, and
really quick. Oh yeah.
The thing to do is make sure no one gets in trouble here.
Pretty crazy shit. That's too much.
Yeah.
I do want to say when you started the sentence with "I'm a big sports guy," what I was really hoping was if you had been like, I don't know if you heard about this, but I'm a big sports guy. This guy O.J. Simpson.
I mean, that shit is pretty crazy too. Yeah, obviously, like if you haven't deep dived the O.J. stuff, that's another good. You're an idiot. First of all.
There's this like O.J. Simpson character.
Boy, do I have something right up your alley that I can't believe you haven't found on your own. Yeah.
So this guy, O.J. Simpson, he stabbed a lady many times, several times.
Yeah, basically cut both their heads off. Like the decision was they were like hanging off the
This is a murder show now. If you didn't want it, you shouldn't have come to Murder Talk. World's murderest Goss.
Nicole Brown and Ron Perlman, I believe, were the two victims.
Ron Perlman?
I believe so. Which is also an actor.
It's also an actor?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna have to believe you, because I don't know for sure.
I could be forgetting the guy he killed. Well, allegedly. It seems pretty clear
he
that
killed him.
Yes.
Anyway, okay. I mean, the most popular murder show is My Favorite Murder.
My Favorite Murder, which is a new one every week, right?
They talk about, they each choose one every week to talk about. And I'm sure that they have done like updates and stuff at this point, because they've been doing it long enough where it's like they can't find a new one ever. Well, they could. A lot of people get killed.
A lot of people get killed.
Hey, there's a lot of dead people.
Do you think there's one that's like they tried to make it more interesting, but it's a pretty open shut case? Like a homeless person was killed and they found the guy like a day later somewhere.
Well, see, I think they usually focus on something that's more of like a story.
Right, where they give that back. I'm sure some, it's super also heavy on the background info, and the murder itself is pretty.
And I'm sure that they bring this up, and it's kind of sad, and I'm sorry to bring it down. When houseless folks get murdered, often people don't notice.
Yes, for a number of reasons. Very sad. Hey, do something about it. Don't be mad at Clancy for saying a fact, We all think it's bad.
I'm going to talk about my favorite murderer.
Who's yours?
Zodiac, baby.
Yeah.
I am a Zodiac fan. And that's not to say that I like that people died, but
hey, it happened.
He's got whimsy. Or she. Zodiac could be a lady, but probably not, because I think the movie Zodiac pretty much took care of it followed all
good movie too. The movie,
good movie, too long, but good movie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna see it more than once, anyways.
I've watched it several times, and it's too long.
Right.
It's like,
but that's part of being a good murderer is the movie.
Oh yeah, it could be. It's possibly Ted Cruz, but no, they knew who it was, but they couldn't nail him down. Is the problem? Maybe.
Often the case.
Yeah,
I saw that too.
They're doing more Dexter?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah, who really is asking for that?
It's like it was done. It was done long before they finished it.
Dude looks different now. Like he doesn't even look like Dexter anymore.
Did he get the plastics?
He may have had some touch up. I don't know. He just
or maybe he's just old.
Yeah, he's getting older. Jesus may have killed some people this day. We don't know.
Someone killed Jesus.
Someone did kill Jesus.
For sure.
Yeah, that definitely did happen.
Confirmed. Jesus did die at least once.
Yeah, true.
Did you ever... Okay, here's something.
I think it was just a fun time.
If you read the Bible, when he came back, and I'm not saying it wasn't him, but when he came back from the dead, nobody recognized him because he looked like an entirely different person. So
almost as if someone was just saying they were him.
Very feasibly, somebody showed up and was like, "Hey guys, I'm Jesus now," and continued to spread the word of, "Hey, be nice." So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but also very likely just crazy guy.
Some dude. I mean, let's not say crazy, just a opportunist who wanted to help some people.
Well, and people do that now. We call them crazy, though.
When people say they're Jesus?
Mm-hmm.
Why? As long as they're still saying, "Hey, be nice to people."
True.
Why is that so crazy? Getting deep.
You're getting deep.
Deep
I
show.
still stand by if someone was walking around saying they were the resurrected Jesus Christ, I would be like, relax, man.
No big deal. Let him be Jesus.
Well, yeah, we don't need to make this a Jesus podcast. It's already a gotcha podcast. It's already a lot of podcasts.
Well, welcome to World's Gotchiest Goss. World's Hottest Gotcha. That's way better. I should have stuck with that to start with.
World's Hottest
World's
Goss.
Hottest Gotcha.
Yeah.
The Hot God Goss. Check it.
Is Jesus hot?
I mean, probably.
To some people.
You ever seen them washboard abs that got all stabbed up?
Jim Caviezel is definitely an attractive
I don't know.
man.
He's too pointy.
Yeah.
I don't like pointy people too much.
I don't disagree there, but he's sharp. I get
Yeah. I
can get behind it, honestly.
You could slice up a chocolate cake with his chin.
Yeah, and just as a change up, that seems kind of nice. Just get weird.
Also, why isn't there a fat Jesus?
Jesus can't be fat.
There should be a fat Jesus show.
I'm not the one that makes those rules.
A show where Jesus is fat.
There is a show where he's black. It's kind of funny on Adult Swim.
Oh yeah, that is kind of funny.
I thought that was a funny show.
Were we talking about murder?
Murder.
Who's your favorite murderer?
What's
a serial killer that interests you? That makes you go
serial killer?
Interesting.
When
you hear people talking about them, you go interesting.
Dahmer. I mean, the movie with Zac Efron is not as good, but it's okay. I thought it was fine.
Wait, that's not Dahmer. That's
Am I mixing them up?
That is Ted. Fuck. Oh shit. Now
Dahmer's the one that ate him, though, right?
Now we're in trouble. Yeah, Zac Efron was Ted Bundy. And
okay.
Dahmer was one of the I ate them guys.
Oh right, yeah. So I'll stick with Dahmer because the idea of, do you think he thought it was delicious?
Oh wait, was Dahmer or
a cannibal? My choice is a cannibal.
I think Dahmer was a lot of things. I think he might have had a belt made out of nipples, or that might have been somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
He might have had a pot full of people's chopped off boners in his refrigerator, but that also might have been somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, there's copycats, there's crossover, there's parallel thought to some of that shit, I'm sure. Someone else probably thought of chopping boners off.
I tell you what, I am one of those people who has listened to too many murder podcasts.
Yes, clearly.
And
you're mixing them up now.
So I straight up, Ed Gein had the nipple belt.
Okay. Well, my choice is someone that would eat the people, because I find that very interesting. How do you
how'd that
decide
happen?
that
Why'd
you
do
want
that?
to do that? Is it simply a matter of getting rid of the evidence?
No, because you don't eat the bones.
True, you don't eat the bones. You don't eat the face and shit. Well, you might eat the face. I shouldn't say that.
What about
Still, it's a lot easier to get rid of bones than an entire decomposing body.
Yeah, sure. What about your favorite dark comedy murder movie?
A really good one that I'm a fan of is called It's a Disaster, with David Cross and Julia Stiles and some other funny people.
Haven't seen that.
They go to a couples brunch, and while they're there, essentially the world goes under attack. But it's comedic but dark,
Okay, all right.
I recommend it. That's definitely the most useful thing I've said on this. If you haven't seen that movie, and a lot of people haven't. It's on Hulu though.
Okay, I'm trying to think. I don't know if there is a dark comedy murder movie that I can think of.
Sure, there is.
Oh, there was. I watched a movie. It was like an Adam Pally movie. One of them Adam Pally joints.
Okay.
You know who Adam Pally is?
I'm not familiar. No.
He was in
just once.
That one show.
That one show?
Yeah. He was in have you seen Happy Endings? The show? Had Damon Wayans Jr.
No, but I'm familiar with it.
It's a good show. Adam Pally is one of the actors in that show. I don't remember what this movie that I'm thinking of is called though. It was like he was going back home for Christmas or something like that.
That's not that dark.
And, and then he thinks the dude living across the street from him is a serial killer. It's like a comedy version of like Disturbia or The Burbs, I think.
Well, The Burbs is a comedy movie.
Is it?
It's been a while since I've seen it, but I thought it was.
I haven't actually seen it. I just assumed. Or Rear Window is another one.
Now, The Burbs is pretty lighthearted.
Okay.
It's not scary.
Okay. I was assuming that it was much more similar to Disturbia and Rear Window.
Okay.
Because it has a similar plot.
It does.
Oh, I would not consider Funny Games to be a comedy and to any degree, because that movie is freaky as shit.
What's Funny Games?
I don't even really want to talk about it. It's fucked up. It's a fucked up movie.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that you watch it and go like, oh, that's a real thing that could happen, and that's fucked up, and I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you seen the movie The Strangers?
No, I'm gonna look up Funny Games.
Not okay.
About it.
The Strangers is not okay.
The Strangers sounds familiar too.
It was it's bad. It's
2007. Hey, yeah, it doesn't look particularly funny just from looking at
Funny Games
pictures from the movie, shots of the movie.
Yeah. No, thank you. Is what I have to say about that.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean,
that dude Michael Pitt. Yeah, he's disturbing in a lot of shit.
Final Destination could be considered a dark comedy, I guess.
Yeah, come on, it is.
So I do like those.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm a fan of the Final Destination.
Now, this might be a stupid question, but are you going to watch them chronologically?
Duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
Why? I don't know. You could go in reverse.
Why would you watch them out of order?
You could go in reverse with it.
I guess.
That might be fun.
We could do both.
You could do both. So wait, so you watch 5 twice in a row? You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, and then you do them in like a spiral pattern.
And so they just all blend together.
It's like 3, 2, 4, 1, 5.
Yeah. Now that doesn't sound fun, but how many has Sean William Scott in? Just the first one?
I'm not sure. Who does he play?
In the first one, he probably dies on the plane at the beginning with everybody else. Or no, I thought he was like one of the couple people that got out.
Yeah.
In the first
is he the one who gets sliced in half by a car door?
I can't remember. I can only remember the begin. I don't think I've ever seen it start to finish. I just remember the part in the beginning where he tries to put his tray down on the plane and it breaks, and then all that shit happens, and then he wakes up and then tries to do it, and it was like, holy shit! I envisioned this, so gotta get off. And I
think that you're talking about Dylan Sawa.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But his buddy is Sean William Scott, and like 6 or 7 of them get off the plane with him, and then it explodes. And I think
you're describing the plot of the movie.
But one of those people was Sean William Scott. So I'm saying all I'm saying is he didn't die.
Is Sean William Scott someone that I should recognize?
This whole time I've been saying that name, you haven't been there with me. You haven't.
I genuinely don't know who this person is.
Yes, you do. It's Stifler from American Pie.
Yes, he's the guy who gets sliced in half by a car door.
Okay, cool. By a car door? How does that work?
Okay, so they're in the car on the train tracks, and then he's stuck in the car. Like, he can't get it unbuckled, and he keeps trying to get it unbuckled, and then they finally get it unbuckled, and he gets out just in time, and then the train hits the car, and the car door spins out and slices him in half. It's like they fake you out. It's great.
That's pretty cool.
Oh my god, they're so good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess that's my favorite dirt comedy where people die.
That is, and that's probably not even top 10 Final Destination deaths either.
No. Oh my god. Good ones.
Yeah.
The one that I always remember the most is Oh, it's a sign,
It's
not a door,
sign.
not a
That's
car
much
door.
more believable.
But it's the same basic. The thing that happens is basically the same.
We're talking about the same guy.
And the one that I always remember is in the dentist office in I think it's the fourth one, which is the race car track one, if I'm not mistaken.
I see. Yeah, I haven't. You want to describe
Oh,
this
wait.
guy to me?
Maybe that's the third. No, because the third one is the roller coaster. Okay. First one is the airplane. Second one is logging truck in a traffic jam. Third one is that the race car one? No, that's roller coaster. Fourth one, race cars. Fifth one, is it a bridge or is it? Oh boy, I don't know. There's so many good ones. Anyway, the dentist office scene. It's like the kids in the dentist office, and like a whole bunch of different things happen that almost kill him. It's like 10 different, like there's like some gas, and there's like a puffer fish that he like almost chokes on, and there's like people are working on the plate glass windows. It's so much, and it's great.
Yeah,
because there's so much build up.
So is the main character
and then he doesn't die in that scene.
the same in each movie?
No. The main character, Dylan Sawa, dies at the end of the first one. The only survivor from the first one is Clear Rivers. And then she's in a mental hospital in the second one with the logging truck, and they go and talk to her. And then I think she dies in that one.
Oh, wow.
And then, so it's not about the same people. It's just the same idea is like somebody has a premonition, and then they keep some people from dying, and then death comes after them.
Because it's not supposed to be how it works.
And it is funny because
I kind of dig that.
It is.
This has turned into you selling me on. I'm excited for Tuesday now.
It's an anthology, is essentially.
You're gonna turn 19, and I'm gonna fucking see some cool movies.
We're gonna watch some fucking. All right. Well, I mean, that's we did it. We made it.
Did we do it?
We did. We talked about murder.
We talked about sports. We talked about O.J. Simpson a little bit.
We talked about
Bill Burr. That wasn't as fun.
We did an audio drama.
Oh yeah, that's gonna go down. Pop culture
in the books. Let's see. Ghosts.
Death is a character played by an actor in the Final Destinations.
Oh. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff.
Because that I'm there for that too.
There's a lot of stuff
excited about all
that. There's a whole. It's like a whole universe. It's great. It's so good. Anyway, do you have anything? Oh, do you want to give a real plug for your other podcast real quick?
Yeah, it's called The Peyton Years. Right now, you have to Google it. That's the best way to find it. But
it's not on like Spotify or anything?
We recorded. It's on Spotify.
So you could just type in The Peyton Years to Spotify, probably.
Probably. I just Googled it. We switched it. It's not important. We started a new season, so it's about to be out on like wherever you can find it. But right now, it's just Spotify or like one other weird.
Yeah, I am only doing Spotify because everybody can get Spotify.
Yeah, you just gotta specify it's Spotify.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, cause I don't know how Apple Podcasts. I tried to figure it out, and it seemed too complicated, and it seems like maybe I have to have an Apple ID, and I don't want to.
Yeah,
and I did put it on Google Podcasts.
We want to have it on all of them because once the college basketball season starts, we're hoping to do one once a week and have game recaps and stuff, but we'll see.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Whatever. I'm not putting it. It's only going to be on Spotify, and that's the end of it.
Clancy's will just be on Spotify.
This show is only on Spotify, and if they want to give me money for that, hey, More
Give
power to
Clancy
him.
some money, and me too, if you would like to.
Yeah, and that's pretty good.
Great job, Clancy.
Hey,
Thanks for having me. Man.
hey. This is some good audio.
Yeah. Well, you're building tension.
Building tension.
Shout outs to some random ginger though.
Shout outs to some random gingers. Shout outs to K to the Isle. Shout outs to GP Bear. Shout outs to everybody.
Lacey and,
Hey, good job. Bye. Love you.
Bye.